Hi, welcome back to today's workout. Today we are focusing on strengthening the lower back and the glutes for you ladies if you have fibroids or endometriosis. Now, I have the story, my testimony of my fibroids and endometriosis journey here on this channel, and I'm going to put the videos up. I also have other workouts that I've done that are specific to endometriosis and fibroids. Today, we are working on strengthening the lower back and the glutes because with these conditions, the pelvic area or pelvic muscles can get weak because of the pain. Stronger glutes will help with stabilizing your hips. A stronger lower back will help with circulation and reducing strain on the pelvic floor. As I always talk about in my fibroids and endometriosis videos, remember to speak positively to your womb. Speak life to your womb. Our words are so powerful, so impactful on our bodies. Our thoughts about our bodies are so important as well. They are powerful. They make a difference. One habit that I have sustained for at least a year now is speaking declarations from the Word of God to my womb. And I'm going to put up two verses that I particularly love, although I have so many. But remember, speak positive, girl. It works towards your healing. It really does. You will feel the difference after doing it consistently. So for today's workout, you're going to need a resistance band, a short one, a long resistance band, 2 small dumbbells or 2 small weight plates, and then a medium to heavy dumbbell. If you're more of a beginner, then you can use, of course, just a light dumbbell. You also have the option at any time not to use equipment, and I talk about that as I go through the exercises. So you can do it as body weight for the whole exercise if you need to. Okay, so we're going to get started with the warm-up, and for the warm-up you're going to need a mat and a long resistance band. Now, if you don't have a long resistance band, you can always do the one warm-up that we'll do with the band without the band. So we're going to start off by doing a hip flexor stretch. We're going to start off here on the mat, and I love this because it really opens up the hips and allows us to move well as we work on our lower back and the glutes, because we're going to be moving the lower body area. So we're just going gently back and forth, and you'll feel that stretch on the front of the thighs. You'll feel it in your inner thighs as well, just opening up those hips. They get really tight when you have endo and fibroids, because of, us being hunched over in pain quite a bit of the time. I know for myself, when the pain was really bad, I'd be curled up quite a bit. Good. So we're going to go for 10 on each side. So we're going for another 4. Really draw your belly button in as well. And just start to relax. Good job. Okay, so now we're going over to the other side. We're doing 2 sets of each move for the warm-up, bearing in mind that our workout is really short, so we don't need a long warm-up. You can always repeat these again if you feel like you need it. So really feeling that stretch. Lovely. Going for another 2. Good job. And then going over to the other side for the last time. Keep breathing as well. And going for 1 more. Well done. Okay. So now we're going to continue with just warming up the legs and glutes. And what you're doing is you're bending down, putting your fingers on the mat. Notice that my heels are up, and we're going to lift up the glutes or the butt up into the air And you can bring your heels down or just above the mat. So you're going to feel this in your thighs. You can either have your thighs outside of your hands, whatever feels comfortable, or you can have your hands outside of your legs, whatever feels more natural to you. This is a warm up, and we're just focusing on warming up the hamstrings, the back of the legs, the front of the thighs, and really just getting the glutes moving as well. So let's go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. I'm going to turn to this side and we're going to do the other side. Good. This is the last set. I'm bringing my heels down, but they're just kind of hovering above the mat. But if you want to put your heels fully down, that's okay too. I'm more comfortable with my hands outside of my thighs. Good. And done. Good job. Okay, now we should be feeling nice and warm in the lower body area. If you need to start loosening up your upper body, you can always do a few rolls, just warming up the shoulders. We're not going to be using much of our upper body, so we're not really focusing on that. If you need to, just move your head and your neck to the side, just to start relaxing a bit more. Great. So now we're going to pick up the band. We're going into our last warm-up move before we do core activation. You know, we always do core activation here. And with this one, you're going to be crossing the band. So I've taken the band, I've crossed it over. You see how I've got that cross? And we're warming up the glutes. So you're keeping the resistance on the band. You'll start feeling it on the side of your glutes. And we're gonna walk for 12 steps one way, then 12 steps the other. If you need to come off your mat, please feel free. Good. Good. And going back 12 steps. Bend your knees slightly and you'll start to feel your glutes warming up like a little fire, starting up on the side of the glutes. So we're just warming up our glutes, activating them so they actually fire up as we work. Good job. And now let's walk back to the other side for the last time. And this is our last warm-up move before we go into beloved core activation, or belly vacuums, stomach vacuums as I also call them. But they are really our bestie for waking up our core. Because with fibroids and endometriosis, a lot of the time, you can't do intense abs moves, especially if you're having a flare-up. And now we're gonna walk to the other side. And don't worry if I've done more than 12, girl, just keep going, okay? Count your 12. Good, let's go for another 6. Wonderful. Those knees are slightly bent. Good job. And done. Amazing. So with core activation, we always do this before our workout. We're just waking up the core. Waking up the core. And what you're doing is you're inhaling through the nose as you let your belly hang out. Then you're exhaling through the mouth, and we're gonna count and hold that belly nice and tight inside for 10 seconds. Good job. Remember, you can do this for longer. Inhaling through the nose, belly goes out, you exhale through the mouth, and we're going for 10 seconds. And we're going to repeat this 4 times. So this is the second set. Good. Inhale through the nose, the belly goes out. You exhale through the mouth and you draw that belly button in nice and tight, and you hold it tight for 10 seconds. Doing fantastic. Good. Last time, inhale through the nose, out with that belly. Exhale through the mouth, draw the belly button in nice and tight, and we're holding it tight for 10 seconds. Doing well. Good job. Nice and tight. And done. Fantastic. Now let's go into our first superset. Boom, boom. We got this. For this superset, we're going to need one small, medium, or heavy dumbbell, depending on your level. And I want you to have 2 small weight plates near you as well, or you can have 2 small dumbbells. If you decide to drop the weight, that's fine. You can also do this with body weight. Oh, for this first superset, you're going to need 1 dumbbell. So work with your level. I've got what I would say is a medium dumbbell. So we're going to do 3 moves back to back. The first move, we're going to be focusing on one side first. And what we're doing is we're doing a squat and then kicking out to the side, on the side where the dumbbell is. So you're drawing in your belly button, squatting down, and then kicking to the side. And we're going for 12. So I'm just going to come this way. Okay, so you can either put your other hand on your hip, or you can have your hand on the side like I am over here. Good job. And we're really working on the glutes. Yes, the legs are working too. That lower body is working. Core is sucked in nice and tight. Wonderful. Good job. Doing good. Well done. And now we're going over to the other side, straight into it. Going down into our squat, kicking out to the side. Squeeze those glutes as you come up. Good job, we're halfway there. Well done. Okay, so now we're going on to our next move. And you can have 2 small weight plates with you as well, or 2 small dumbbells, or you can simply decide to drop the weight and just do it with body weight. That's fine too. Okay, so the next move, we are going to be using our small weight plates. We're going down onto the ground and holding onto your plates, and we are going to swim, counting for 12. So you're going to be using your legs and arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can decide to drop the weight and do 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and stop. So you'll feel that in your lower back. The next move that we're going to do, we're doing without weight. You're putting your head on the mat, and we're going to be lifting up one leg at a time, glute lift, working those glutes, putting it down. So we're going for 12 on each side, then we're going to do 12 doubles. So squeeze that glute and come back down. Going for 12, good job. So I'm going to keep my head down most of the time. Keep breathing. And now I want you to stop bringing your toes down. I want you to just keep up your leg, bring it down, but the toes do not touch the mat so that the glute stays activated. We're going over to the other side, going for 12. Squeeze that glute. Good job. It's not coming down to the mat unless it feels too uncomfortable or too hard for you. Then you can bring your toes down to the mat. Good job. We're nearly there, another 2. Great, now we're going for 12 doubles. So both legs in the air. You're gonna feel that in your lower back and your glutes. Just bring them up as far as you can. You don't have to go too high. Don't overstretch it, okay? Good job, squeeze the glutes. And you can bring your toes down to the ground, just for our safety. Good job. And going for 1 more. Well done. So you're really trying to squeeze those glutes like there's something in between your glutes and you're trying to squeeze it, okay? Good job. So now taking a tiny break and we're going to go into round 2. Are you ready for round 2? Let's do this. So we're going for 12. And let's start speeding it up now that you know what you're doing. Keep that belly button drawn in, nice and tight. Good job. Good. Wonderful. Well done, guys. Now just kick up as high as you're comfortable. Going over to the other side. Doing well. So really strengthening our lower body, helping to support us during any stage of these conditions, fibroids and endometriosis, whatever stage you're at. It's important to keep moving, keep active. This will be helping you as part of the healing process. Okay, so now we are going on to our swims for 12. Remember, you can either use the weight, you can even hold 1 weight if you're finding that it's too much for you to hold the 2. So I'm just going to show you an example of that. And we're counting for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, without weight, 5, 6, 7, with the 2 weight, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good job. That's pretty hard. You'll feel that. So now we're going into our single lifts, going for 12 on each side. Remembering that you're not putting your toes or foot down unless you really need to if you're struggling. So you can put your toes down on the mat or the ground, or you can just hover when you bring that leg down. Good job. Going to the other side. Keep breathing. And now we are going for 12 doubles. Remember, you can put your feet down if that's easier for you. The less strain on you, the better. Good job. Taking a tiny break, then we're going into the last round. So I'm starting to feel the heat over here. And let's go into our 12. Well done. Going for one more. Good. Going to the other side. And one more. Good job, guys. Okay, we're going down onto the mat. And you can either do this without the weight, one weight, or body weight. I'll demo both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good job. So now going on to the single leg lifts times 12 on each side, then going into our doubles. Noting that you're not bringing the leg down to the mat, or you can if you need to for comfort. Good. Squeeze that glute at the bottom. Good job. Going the other side. Wonderful. And going for both. Squeeze like there's something in between the butt cheeks. Well done. And rest. Good job. So taking a tiny break, grab some water if you need it. But we're going to get straight into our third set. You are doing great. Third and last set for this superset. So into our squat with a kick. And then going over to the other side, doing great. Well done. Good, another 2. Doing fantastic. Last one. Great job. Okay, down onto the mat we go. We got this. Last round for this superset. But we're doing this together. So going for 12, with or without weight. Pick your poison. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good job. Now going into our singles and then the doubles. Oh, there's a nice breeze coming through. Good job. Other side. 12. And then going into our doubles, squeezing like there's something in between the butt cheeks. And going for the last one. Wonderful. And have a well-deserved rest. Grab some water, pause me for a bit, use your towel, and then we are back for superset 2 of 3. Good job. Right, for the next one, you're going to need a short resistance band, and you're going to need your small dumbbells or your 2 small weight plates again. And then one of them is body weight. So we're going to start off with the body weight move. I'll put my band down, and we're going to be doing a kneeling glute kick. Remember, if you don't have any glute short resistance band, you can always leave that out until you're able to get one. And you can always get them on the Fitness to a T website as well. Okay, so going into our kneeling glute kick, draw your belly button in. We're going for 12 on each side, and this is a simple butt kick. So what you're doing is focusing on really squeezing, I have to use my other hand, that glute, okay? And we're not bringing the knee all the way down to the mat. We're just squeezing, holding for a bit, up, squeeze. Good. So it's like you're high-fiving the ceiling with your foot, squeezing that glute, holding for a bit. Good. Notice that I'm not bringing it down all the way. Good job. Wonderful. Going over to the other side, and we are high-fiving the ceiling with our foot. Going for 12. Squeeze that glute. Really focus on squeezing it, okay? Good job. You'll also feel that in your hamstrings, the back of your legs. Doing good. Wonderful. Keep breathing. That's 12, and now we're going to grab our small weights. What we're doing here is we're holding them with our palms up, facing up. Whereas before we were holding them like that, we have our palms up. We are not lifting up our legs. The legs are staying down, but we are lifting up the upper body just as far as is comfortable for you, and you're going to feel this in your back. And we are working a little bit of our upper body, but you're going to feel that in your lower back. Good, and we're going for 10 of those. Halfway there. Good. And release. And if you need to do that without weight, that is fine, because it's actually pretty intense, even though it looks really easy, right? And next, we're going to put on our band. And if you don't have a band, don't worry, that's okay. You can still do it without a band, but you'll feel it more. So you're going to have that resistance in the band. You're going to come up, and we're going to be doing openers. So we are doing 20 of those, really feeling the side of the glutes working. Good. Going for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So legs are apart. You're squeezing that band. Good. And rest. Good job. So we're going to repeat again. And what we'll do, because we're already having the glute band around our legs to avoid getting up, standing down and all that, let's just start again with the glute openers, okay? So we're going for 20, up, squeeze your glutes, and opening, going for 20. Good, 5, 6, 7, you feel it in your lower back, you feel it in your side of your glutes. Let's go for another 8, 6, draw that belly button in, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Okay, taking a tiny, tiny, tiny break. And guess what, guys? Since we're down here, we might as well do our third set. I mean, it just makes coordination sense, right? Okay, let's switch it up a bit. This is our last one. Then after that, we can do the other two with ease in terms of coordination. Okay, so up we get again. Squeezing the glutes. Remember, this workout is not meant to be super intense. It is really for strengthening the lower part of your body and helping you as you heal through endometriosis and fibroids. Well done, ladies. So going for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. And down you go. Take a tiny breather. We're going to go into our second set of the other two. Take a tiny break, then go into the last set of our other two. Okay, so we are going down onto the mat. So going down onto the mat and going into our kicks. Going for 12, high-fiving that ceiling, squeezing the glutes. So this is a great workout, even just for tacking on to any of your other workouts as well, to the end of them. And going to the other side. Draw that belly button in, keeping the core nice and engaged. Good. Great job. Taking a break, we're going to go into our swims again, but a different type of swim. And we have our palms up. If you need to drop the weight, drop the weight. It's all good. We're really focusing on working the lower body, the lower back, sorry. Palms up. Your upper body is up as far as is comfortable. Going for another 4. Good. Taking a break. Nice inhale and exhale. And now we are going back to the last set of our kicks. Okay, off we go. We don't need a long break for this. Doing good. Squeeze those glutes. Great. Going over to the other side, the last 12, last set in this superset. Well done. Last one. Done. Going down onto the mat. Taking those weights or doing it body weight. Palms are up, facing the sky or the ceiling. Lifting up your upper body just as far as is comfortable. And off we go. Feeling that in your lower back. Good. Going for one more. And rest. Good job, ladies. So taking a break, grab your water, grab your towel, pause me where needed, and we're coming back for our last superset. Doing fantastic. So now we're going into the last superset, going for 3 moves again, times 3, and we're starting off with a plank and kick. So with this one, more advanced people, you'll be going onto your toes and hands like this, kicking times 12 on each leg. For those who are less advanced, you can be down on your knees and kicking, drawing your belly button in. So we're still working the core, but of course you're in that harder position. So I'm going to go between the two so that you can keep seeing how it goes. But effectively what we're doing is going up into a plank position, and I'm going to start with my left leg, and we're going for 12. So we're just kicking and really squeezing the glutes. Good. And if you're not so advanced, of course you're going to be keeping your legs straight and kicking up, but you're still activating your core. Good. So the next move we're going to do is going down onto the mat, and you can just have your head resting comfortably on the mat, and we're going to go into a double extension. So we are working, and you see how my feet are flat, they're kind of high-fiving the ceiling again, and we're going to be going into a curl. So bring your feet to just above the floor, don't go all the way down. We are working the hamstring, so that's like a curl times 2, and then bringing those legs out and pointing the toes. Okay, so we're going to go curl, curl, and out. So you're going to feel that on the side of the glutes, and you're going to feel it at the back of your legs. So going again, curl, curl, double curl, and then out, and you'll feel a stretch at the back of your legs. And we're going for 15. So let's go for another 12. So curl, curl, and I'm going to use my fingers to help me count. Out you go. So it's almost like you're like a ballerina. You're going to point your toes and don't go all the way down to the floor. Curl, curl, out. Let's start to do double outs. Okay, curl, curl, out, tap. Good. Curl, curl, out, tap. Curl, curl, out, tap. Curl, curl, out, tap. Good. Curl, curl, out, tap. So you're slightly pointing the toes as you go out to tap. Curl, tap, tap. Good job. This is really working the back of the legs too. Okay, good. Good job. Going again. I'm still counting with my fingers. We're going for number 10. Curl, out, out. Going for another 2. Good. Well done, guys. That's not very easy. Then you're coming up onto your elbows, and what I want you to be doing, you're going to be working your waist as well. You're going to be holding on to your small weight, and I want you to just have your upper body up like this, and you're going to reach to the sides. It's like you're reaching to your thighs or to your legs. So this is not only working your waist, but also working the side. So really working that side and getting the side part of your spine. So we're going to go for 12. So you're just reaching, coming back, reaching and coming back, reaching and coming back. So you'll feel that in your lower back, but you'll also feel it here on the side of your waist. So we're also targeting the core area, the side of the spine. Good job. We're going for 12 of these. And now going to the other side. And just so you can see me well, and I can feel that on the side of my waist, I'm gonna come this way, just so you can still see me, holding my weight up on my elbow, going to my legs, coming back in. So reaching, getting the side of the spine, shaping the side of my waist. And we're also getting the lower back. It's not so intense on the lower back, but the lower back is activating. So I can feel it activating and squeezing as I turn. Good. Going for another 2 reaches. Well done. And take a break. So I can really feel that in my lower back too. So now we're going to repeat times 2, and we're going to start off with our plank. And my advanced people, you're going up and off we go. Going for 12. Good. Those who are less advanced, you'll be on your knees. So I'll just be alternating. You know what level you are, so stick to your level. But I'm just showing both levels so that you are reminded how to do it. Good. Wonderful. And then we are going down into our curl and our curl. So we're going to curl, double curl, tap, tap, double curl, tap, tap. And don't overstrain your legs. Just do it naturally, tap and tap. Just a slight pointing of the toes, keeping yourself quite relaxed. This one you don't need to grit and squeeze, you know. You'll feel it either way. Tap. Well done. Curl. Doing good. Wonderful. Going for another 10. So double, double, tap, tap. Double, double, tap, tap. Good. Double, double, tap, tap. Double. I'm counting with my fingers. So we're there. Well done. Good job. After this, we're going to have another 5 to go. Double, double, tap, tap. That's it. Double, double, tap, tap. The more you bring your legs down as you do the curl, the more you're going to feel that curl, and then tap, tap. Good. But for coordination purposes, you might want to keep them pretty small. Good. Tap, tap. Double, double, tap, tap. Double, double, tap, tap. Good job. And now we're picking up our small weight, and we are going into reaching for the side, coming back in. That's it. So really go as far as you can reach. This is great for flexibility as well. If you want to use a harder weight, then please go for it. But effectively, you are reaching as far as you can to your leg, working that thigh, and also working the lower back, strengthening the lower back at the same time. This is also helping with your mobility. You can always do this without a weight if you're struggling to hold a weight, and do this at the same time. But this is a gentle enough move, just so we don't trigger any flare-ups. Going for one more. Good. I'm going to turn to the other side. Doing really well. Reaching, good. Going for 12. Wonderful. Keep breathing. Well done. And take a break, then we're doing one more set. You're doing fantastic. Okay, so up on the toes. My beginners, intermediate, you can be on your knees, coming up, drawing that belly button in, and having those straight leg kicks, working the core, and also working the glutes. 12 on each side. Good job. Other side. Beginners and intermediate, you know what's up. You can go down on your knees. Good job. Awesome. Going down onto the ground, we're going into our curls. Okay, let's do this. So, double curl, tap, tap. The tap is wide, remember, curl, curl, tap, tap, curl, curl, tap, tap. Remember, the further you go down in that curl, the more you feel the back of your hamstring working. This is not meant to be a super intense workout. It is for you if you have fibroids and endometriosis. You might even be having a lot of pain. This is gentle enough to do on those days when you want to move, but you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to strain yourself, but you also want to stay safe and be having some results in terms of your fitness. So this is perfect. Remember to work with your body. Well done. Yes, I'm still counting. We got another 8, I think. We'll get there. Good. Double, double, tap, tap. Double, double, tap, tap. Good. Double, double, tap, tap. Well done. Double, double, tap, tap. Double, double, tap, tap. Let's go for another 3. Doing good. Doing fantastic, ladies. Tap, tap. One more. Double, double, tap, tap. Fantastic. Okay, so now we are picking up our weight. You can always choose to do it without weight. Working the lower back and the waist. So guys, you've noticed that I've also, with this move, you can also go down lower to make it harder. So in most of the moves, I'm going to show myself up a bit higher than this. That's the hard version. The easier version is up higher on your elbows and reaching. So if you've never done this before, I suggest that you start with this one. Once you feel more comfortable over the weeks, of course, you can lower yourself down and you can start to do it this way. This is the harder one. You will really feel this on the side of your waist, the side of your spine, and you will feel it in your lower back. So it's a double, triple, quadruple whammy. Okay, so here I'm just really demonstrating the different levels. Good. And now I'm going to come up and I'm going to do another 6 in the easier version. And I will continue that easier version. Good. Going over to the other side. I'm staying in the easier version. Remember, you know what the harder version is, and you have a choice. Work with your body and what you can do. So you're using that weight to reach as far as you can down your thighs. I'm getting to the knees. Good. Reach. Good. Well done. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You made it. So now we're going into the stretch section, and you can use a long resistance band for part of the stretch or a long towel. Whatever you have, that is fine. So we're going to focus on stretching the lower back, and I love using my resistance band for stretching the lower back because it just allows me to have better control of bringing my legs closer. And what you're doing is you're rocking back, rocking to the side, side to side, just gently round and round for a little bit more. Good. Really feeling that relief in the lower back and releasing. So putting that down, and we are going to open up the legs, so crossing over and just using your hand to gently push. So these are really simple stretches that you can remember and easily do on your own. What I want you to do is inhale through the nose, and as you exhale through the mouth, I want you to use your hand to gently push out a little bit further. Don't overdo it, but just push out a little bit more. So we're using our breath. You're going to inhale again through the nose. As you exhale, I want you to push again, just gently, seeing how far out you can push to open up the pelvic area, the hips, and the glutes. Really feeling that stretch in the inner thighs as well. And again, inhaling through the nose, and as you exhale, gently push out. Good. Then we're going over to the other side. Remember, you can repeat these stretches and do them as often as you like. We're inhaling through the nose, and as we exhale, gently pushing that leg out. I can feel that this is my tighter side. So on the tighter side, I will do more stretches, or I'll focus on it more just to loosen it a bit more. We're inhaling again through the nose, and as you exhale, you are pushing that leg out and holding, feeling that stretch. Inhaling through the nose, and as you exhale, you are pushing that leg out. Beautiful. And releasing. You're going to come up, and I'm feeling so relaxed now. Crossing that leg over, putting your arm over that leg. I want you to inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, gently push the leg further towards the side. I'm not going to turn my head because I don't want to turn away from the camera. But if you're on your own, of course, you can turn the head and you're able to push it a bit more. You're going to feel a beautiful stretch on the side of your thighs and the glutes, which is what we're targeting. Again, inhaling through the nose. So we're really using our breath today. Exhale through the mouth, and again, push that leg out just gently as far as you're able. Holding that stretch. Inhaling again through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and as you exhale, you're pushing again. Holding that stretch. Going over to the other side. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and push. So you're bringing that leg more over to the other side, feeling that stretch on the side of the glutes and the thighs. Lift up your chest. Breathe. We're going to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And as you exhale, you're pushing that leg just a little bit further if you can. So really going into a deeper stretch. I can feel that deeper stretch on the side of my glutes. And again, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and pushing. Beautiful. This is also getting the upper body in a gentle way as we are twisted. It's getting the spine and the side of that waist. Wonderful. And release. Well done, guys. So I really hope that you enjoyed that video. Make sure you check out all the other fibroids and endometriosis specific videos that I have here on this channel. Remember to subscribe to this channel as well. And if you want to see specific videos that I haven't done before, or you want more of something, let me know. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, take care for now, wherever you are in the world. See you next time.